Donna said, and certainly I will not seek to repeat what has already been discussed. The fact is that when you consider the impact on Jamaicans' constitutional rights, we've seen the party leader explained in detail, and we've also had Ms. Scott Motley going further. But I would like to look at two in particular, or focus on two here that I think were paramount in our decision to move this forward and into the courts. The first is Section 27. This has to do with privacy rights. Now, Section 27, we may well wonder, well, what does the average person have to do as it relates to privacy? Well, it is important for everybody in this room and every Jamaican and every person who's lived here legally for more than 6 months. What it does, your biometric and biographic information, which together the Act calls your identity information, those must be visible on your national identification card. That is what Section 27 says. So if it didn't mean that, then that is unfortunate. But that is what it says. And what law says is you take it literal. So it says every biometric and biographic information must be visible and must be disclosed to whoever asks you for that card. So when you look at biometric information, that's okay. Your name, your date of birth, where you live, that's on your driving license. No problems with that. But certainly, when were you married? Where were you married? What's your mother's name? What's your father's name? The point is, it also says if it is available for your parents' details. So it means that I might say it's not available. There's no provision in the Act to check what availability means. So if I decide I am not going to give my mother and father information and say, well, it's not available, but you have to, that then takes us on to a further issue, which is Section 4 and discrimination. Because straight away, with you not being required to give your parents information and I have to, we see the disparity. Section 4 of the Act requires that every person who is a citizen and every person ordinarily resident in Jamaica needs to be registered. And that sounds fair enough. But here is where the discrimination comes in. If it is, and this is an example, you seek to purchase property in Jamaica and you're a Jamaican citizen, and let's say you've left Jamaica 20 years ago, but you retain, out of pride and a sense of nationalistic pride to your country, you've kept your Jamaican passport, you are required to register before you could come and purchase property here. However, let's say a foreigner, an American, a British person, not Jamaican, never been to Jamaica, they want to purchase property in Jamaica. They don't need to register through the national identification system. And that right there shows you that there is a discriminatory approach as it relates to Jamaicans versus non-Jamaicans. So right on your shores, you are being discriminated against. That is what the Act does. And as we say, we are certainly not against an Act that is constitutionally sound, but certainly Section 4 and Section 27 at the very least shows how adverse it is to our Jamaican, to our rights under the Constitution. Thank you.
Just before Jensek speaks, I'm going to invite the other members of the team to sit in this section, and as soon as he's finished, we'll take a few questions. Thank you. You sure you're fine? Okay.
I just want to highlight two issues related to data protection.